Hello friends, welcome to the lecture series on human resource management. So we are learning a very dynamic topic in the field of human resource management, that is the emerging trends. See, every domain that we study, it is very important to stay abreast of the emerging trends in that particular domain or area. So human resource management itself being a transforming, evolving and a dynamic area for any organization for that matter. So it is very important that we are abreast, we have the deep insights of what all is going on in the contemporary times in the organizations and how human resource management is dealing with these certain emerging trends. So in the last lecture, we discussed about outsourcing, we discussed about the green human resource management, and we also learnt about some high performance work systems. So these were the emerging trends that we discussed in the previous lecture. So let's begin our journey of learning these emerging trends. So today we are starting with employee experience. So what do you understand when I say experience? Well, the dictionary meaning of the word experience is an event or occurrence which leaves an impression on someone. So to explain it in a simple manner, I'll just ask you to just imagine yourself that you are going to watch a movie. So the purpose of going and watching a movie in a theater is that we want to go for entertainment, we want to perhaps see a good story, we have heard some good reviews of a movie, so we just go out in a theater and watch a movie. So the basic purpose of watching that movie is entertainment, right? But what if that movie has a great cinematographic appeal, it has a beautiful visual charm, melodious music, and the theater in which you are watching that particular movie has a great ambience, very comfortable and soft cushiony seats are there. And the entire process of movie watching now becomes an event that you enjoy thoroughly. So that is the importance of experience. So you had just gone to watch a movie simply, but the entire movie watching process became an event for you that will remain etched in your memory because you enjoyed it thoroughly. Similarly, suppose you go for a vacation or you go to a restaurant to enjoy a sumptuous meal. So what you are basically expecting is good food, right? But what if there's some light music going on, right? The hospitality staff is very polite and you enjoy your meal apart from enjoying the ambience. So again, your consumption of food now becomes an event. So in the similar vein, according to Gallup study, they state that the employee experience is the journey that an employee takes with your organization. So an employee is working in an organization and is spending some 8 to 9 hours in that organization. So that journey is very crucial, and that journey includes every interaction that happens along the employee life cycle, from hiring to the exit of that employee. That is the employee life cycle, plus the experiences that involve an employee's role, his workspace, the manager and his well-being. So the entire journey of an employee the day he starts applying for that particular job, that experience begins from that particular moment itself, and it lasts up till the exit of the employee from the organization. So see, this is such a dynamic and a very progressive state, we should say, that we are thinking about not only employee just doing his job, but we are thinking of how he experiences that particular stay in the organization. So this is a very forward step, I must say. So organizations are increasingly recognizing the fact that people are their greatest assets. So they are investing in employee experience. They want that their employees should have a great experience while working in their organization. So similarly, just as I stated you about the entertainment or a restaurant where you go and have your food. So just as marketing and product teams have moved beyond customer satisfaction. So today, the marketing teams are not just satisfied with the fact that their customer is happy with the product. They want the customer to experience that product. They want to experience, the customers to experience their services. So as the product and marketing teams have moved beyond customer satisfaction and they are looking for customer experience. So in the similar fashion, the HR is also refocusing its efforts on building certain programs, strategies and teams even that can understand the employee in a better way so that they can continuously improve the entire employee experience during the stay in the organization. So with the unprecedented changes in our society, economy and businesses, the way employees experience work has become more important than ever before. So I had already explained this a number of times earlier also, but this is a very, I would say, very important aspect of people today, of the workforce today, that the very cause of why we work, that very cause has changed dynamically, drastically. Earlier people used to work for money and maybe to some extent job satisfaction. But today passion is involved when you work. So the needs and demands of people as a workforce are changing, and the organizations have to stay abreast to understand their employees in a better way so that they are retained and the organization can achieve their goals and objectives. So the trend of employee experience is becoming so predominant today that we can even realize that there can be an emergence of entire roles and departments that are specifically dedicated to employee experience. So I can see certain roles, like maybe in times to come there can be a designation of Chief Employee Experience Officer, whose job would be to understand the employees, to strategize, to design certain programs and strategies and plans to how to improve the employee experience. And there can be special departments, though presently employee experience is definitely a part of the human resource management departments, but there can be a super specialty or super specialized department of employee experience where you study your employees, you conduct surveys, we'll study how it can be done. But that is a very important aspect, I must say, that we are thinking of, designing new roles, new departments that would be primarily dedicated to employee experience itself. So that is how important this trend is becoming. Now let us also understand that why is employee experience trending today? So we all are aware that employees are working in a transparent work systems. And what do I mean when I say that they are working in transparent work systems? By being transparent means that the power of social media cannot be denied in today's scenario. Social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or some professional sites like Glassdoor and LinkedIn, I'm sure you must be aware of all these platforms. These are basically job portals. So here what happens is that employees can share their work experiences, both good and bad. And you all are very well aware of the power of social media. With just a simple click of your smartphone, you can make a brand or you can destroy a brand. That is the power of social media. And that is what employees are actually exploiting. Not, of course, in a negative sense, but yes, they are exploiting its power, basically. And how they are exploiting its power is that they can share their views. So if I am experiencing a great culture, a great environment in my organization, so I'll share it on my social media or my LinkedIn page. And then people will get to know that, okay, this organization is so great, it has such a great culture. That makes an organization a brand. But it has its reverse also true. If I'm not happy with the culture, with the working style, the physical environment of my organization, I may vent out my anger on my social media page. And again, lots and lots of people will get to know how I feel. So that is the power of social media, and that is why every organization wants that they should give employees such an experience so that they can speak good about them. Right? So the next reason why employee experience is trending is that employee experience has been correlated and associated with customer experience and customer satisfaction. And I'm sure you are well averse of the topic that every organization wants to retain their customers at any cost. So this, or employee experience we can say, is a great tool or a great means to attain customer satisfaction. Because if the organization is treating its employees well and employees are having a great experience in their organization, those employees will naturally serve their customers in a better way. And there are empirical evidences to ascertain this fact, that when employees are happy, they are experiencing great time in their organization, they will definitely serve their customers well. And this is specifically very significant for the service sector industry, because there the employees and the customers are in direct contact with each other. So in order to retain your customers, you must give your employees a great experience to work in your organization. So another reason why employee experience is trending is because there is a diverse workforce today. And this diverse workforce is not only, I'm not talking of diversity of race or religion or gender, but there is also diversity of generation, the age groups that are working today. So we say today's workforce is a multi-generational diverse workforce, and their meaning and purpose of doing a job are diverse also. So the millennials and the generation Z, they are not looking for mere jobs, but they want careers. So their focus has shifted from work to passion. So I've already focused on this point earlier also, but this is again a very important point, that people are not working for work, they are working for passion. So it is important that an organization gives them that kind of an experience while they are working, because they are not only working for their paychecks, they are working for their passions to come true. So here I will like to state that the research from MIT's Center for Information Systems, it has shown that companies with the best employee experiences, they see a dramatic business benefits, and these benefits are that there is higher customer satisfaction when employees have a great experience at working. Then there is also an improved innovation in terms of percentage of revenues from new products and services. And then there is greater profitability compared to the competitors. So through some new approaches such as design thinking and employee journey maps, the HR departments are now focusing on understanding and improving this complete experience, and it is also using certain tools like employee net promoter scores to measure employee satisfaction and their experience. And this was stated by Deloitte's report in 2017, that how HR departments are now focusing on understanding their employees at the first stage and how they can design their experience, how they can design their journey in the organization. So innovative companies like Cisco, IBM, General Electric, Airbnb, they've used hackathons to collect employee ideas and design new approaches to performance management, workplace design and benefits, etc. Similarly, Nike, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, Deutsche Telekom, they redesigned their onboarding, their recruitment and employee self-service applications. Apple, Google, LinkedIn, they have introduced innovative new workspaces that bring together recreation, collaboration and individual work in novel ways. So here you can collaborate, you can work as well as recreate. So there is not an element of stress all the time. You enjoy while working. Similarly, with a focus on innovation, what Ford did was that it invested in mobile apps to facilitate car sharing and parking. And big data solutions were given to help people find open parking spaces and faster routes to reach their offices. So these are such progressive ideas and practices. So what is the role of HR in providing a meaningful employee experience? So employee experience, since employees are associated with this, so definitely the role of HR is going to be significant in providing a meaningful employee experience. So it can be done by making your application process simple. You must have seen certain job application websites that they are too tedious and not very user friendly, and you often get confused or you often get tired of filling up that application. Or even if you have a hard copy, a form, an application form, and at times it is so much tiring to fill that application form. So that is the first point where you are giving a negative experience to your would-be employee, because the employee experience, it begins before an employee even joins and starts, as early as when they are applying for a position. So the moment an employee thinks of applying for a post in your organization, the experience begins at that moment. So if he's searching for the website or the portal where he can apply, and lots of information is required to be filled in, the would-be employee gets irritated, and it happens. So if that employee application process is simple, the first impression is created in the mind of the employee. So by having a hassle-free application process, organizations can make hiring easier. So you must design an application process that is easy to understand and navigate, and also ensure that there is diversity in your application process to avoid bias. So by diversity, you don't have to be rigid in parameters like age, gender, religion. So you must ensure all the fields so that there is inclusivity and diversity in your application process. Then another very important aspect of an employee experience is the onboarding. So there must be effective onboarding, because a great onboarding program helps the employees get acquainted with the company culture. That is the basic purpose of onboarding. So it is the first official interaction that a new hire has with the company. And employees can connect with their seniors and collaborate. And effective onboarding will not only help them in their day-to-day tasks, but it will also strengthen that relationship. And when there is a strong employee-employer or employee superior-subordinate relationship is there, relationship of trust is there, their morale and motivations are boosted. But on the other hand, if there is a poor onboarding program, it can definitely hamper the morale of the employee when he joins. He doesn't know where to go, whom to talk. So that the primary motive of onboarding fails. So you must have an effective onboarding. Then another aspect of employee experience is the physical environment. There must be a comfortable physical environment, because employees are spending almost 8 to 10 hours at times, and which is a hell lot of time each single day at their workplace. And if that working place is not comfortable enough for the employee to perform his tasks, then definitely the experience is going to be a bitter one. So it is reasonable enough that employers provide a hygienic and a safe working environment for them. By providing workers with a clean, well-lit, safe and comfortable workstation will influence an employee's motivation to work and improve their performances. And this can be a significant contributor to the health, both physical and mental, and the well-being of an employee. Another thing that the HR can do to give their employees a great experience is by assigning mentors. Because when an employee joins an organization, the first few days of his joining are very crucial, because he is lost in the first few days of joining. So he might be having lots of questions, but he doesn't know where to get those answers. So by assigning mentors can help them understand their work and adapt better, leading to a better communication. So that is a kind of ice breaking can be there. So it can help them connect and create new bonds which can last for a long duration, and that is what organizations want, that their valuable assets, the people, must be retained. So by assigning mentors, it can help the new hires understand their work, communicate, ask questions, get answers, react, behave in a proper manner, and connecting with the organization and the superiors as well. And then there can be employee surveys. By conducting frequent employee surveys, it helps to analyze areas in the workplace that are doing well and where you need to improve. So surveys can be used as feedback tools to show your employees that you care about their opinion. So if you are taking a feedback from your employee, try to implement those suggestions. Otherwise, those feedbacks are of no use, right? And if you implement those suggestions, the employees feel valued. That is what employee experience is all about. So with this, we come to the end of employee experience as an emerging trend. In the next section, we'll discuss about some other interesting emerging trends. Thank you.